You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo, hold up, boy, before we go live, right?
Oh, we live already, bro.
Oh, okay.
Hold on 1 second. We just got live right now. Hold on 1 second.
We live, y'all.
Yeah, hold on 1 second, yo. Hold on. Let me do this shit real quick.
Let me do this.
I got to support my boy Chris John, the Prince of New Jersey, Btbtv.
Right. Chris John.
Cross my heart. Gotta get some lightning in here, man.
Let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get it.
What up, y'all? You know who it is, your boy Jaded Kiss, you know what I mean? Right now with Chris John. Shout out to Camden, New Jersey, all my niggas out there. Let's get right into it. Yeah!
Btbtv. Chris John, man. Yo, boy, let's get him, man. Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. Never off plan. Used to get busy with them guns in my hand. 4 or 5 or a black 9 with a grand in my pocket and beef cool as a fan. Btbtv, we not playing. Y'all just talk, we back it up and down. Sideways, F what y'all saying. We Kyrie and Kanye. This a boss talk, so you clowns should just fly away. Hop on the bridge, throw your frame off the highway. This not a game, this is business, this my way. Real talk, your opinion is nothing to us. We gon' stay on chill, long as y'all don't violate, but it's not fair. We can be cool in your worst nightmare. We the best, I swear. And you could be my friend or enemy, I don't care. And you better be aware. Cause we coming for the whole pie and we don't share. No, it just ain't fair. But we the best, I swear. We the best, I stay up in the mix. A project politics, my move kinda sick. Name well known from the hood to the sticks. 100 on the highway, flying so fast, burn the gears when I shift. Some people kick dirt on your name, what shoes you gave them. Broke your back for them and they got the nerve to play you. Kick rap store off, pushed and shoved my way through. Bum rush the kitchen, put my floor up on the menu. The jealousy be hitting up in jokes.
Yo, first of all, I want to say peace to the 5% of decent guys and nerfs. Salam alaikum, alhamdulillah, Rahman to a lot of cool living Muslim brothers and sisters out there. Yo, Chris John is who hooked me up with Cuban Link. My little bro hooked me up with Cuban Link. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta show mad love and respect. You know what I'm saying? Me and Q was supposed to hook up. We came to Camden, we came to Philly, but the nigga didn't hit my line. But it's all good though. That's still my bro.
Man. We gotta get back to it.
We're gonna get to it. Nigga, I come to the Bronx, nigga. That's 10 toes. I've been in the Bronx multiple times.
10 toes speak highly of you, yeah, man. He said chill with you. He said you're the ringleader, man. You're a pimp.
Hold on.
There it is.
And I was like, yo, you got mad.
Yeah.
That's right. You're man. My back when I come in.
It's all
I'm
good.
in the battlefield, man. I'm in the battlefield. I'll be trying to make it happen, man. You already know, man. It's a lot of we all against all odds. So
yo, Bang BX, salute. We got Bang BX in the building, man.
Salute, man, to the Bronx. You already know. Salute to Brooklyn. Salute to Jersey. Salute to the whole New York, New Jersey, tri-state area, man.
Yo, and what I tell niggas all the time, man. New Jersey, North Jersey, and New York, we're first cousins.
Yeah. More like brothers, man. More like brothers. But I tell niggas, I like Connecticut also. It's like to the right and the left.
Connecticut, yeah. True indeed.
Mac Mills in the building. Yeah. Mac Mills on the building.
Oh, the Mac Mizzle show. Peace to my boy from Mac Mizzle from Canada. That's my little brother, bro.
Canada.
Mac Mizzle, yeah. One, my nigga.
Wagwan.
I'm over here doing these shits. Remember these shits back in the days?
Yeah, them press believers. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I gotta do this because I'm about to box, Hocus for Fifth, man. It's my little man. He done turned on me, so I gotta turn him back.
Ah, damn, you gotta box him.
I gotta turn him back in that ring, man. I gotta bring him back, man. He got lost.
Yeah, he got lost because he's riding on Fat Joe's scrotum sack.
There you go. That's the poison beluga. That's the beluga's sperm. The sperm cell. That's like
the white fat well of Bronx, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yo, but yo, I'm gonna start this out by saying, yo, thanks for coming up, Cuban. You my bro. You know, I respect you. My brother Kross up here. We got Shabue, the God, born Shabue. We a lot, yo. We see a lot. We the true love of gods, bro. We keep it real, man. And I did this today. I did this shit today because I want, yo, black and brown love is not being respected right now. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they're riding with a lot of black women, a lot of Puerto Rican women, a lot of Cuban women, a lot of Colombian women. It's riding with me and Remy mine. And we all know that
you did the demographics already. You did the demographics.
I did demographics, bro.
See how he do.
Yeah, he's splitting it up. I think women is women when it comes to this, and it's men. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I'm saying black and brown. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people right now they're talking about.
I mean, that was a beautiful love story, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? The way it started. So I don't think it's a color thing, but it felt so great looking at that type of journey, like at the beginning, to be black. You know what I'm saying? To be that black love. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't get to see that in the hood a lot. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to see, you know, what Pap did as far as like held it down through jail time, and you know, you don't get to see the Rem comes out. She couldn't have a baby. They do this shit on Love and Hip Hop, and it's a beautiful miracle. And they look like they love each other. And you know, to see that the way it ended, you know what I'm saying, with an infiltrator come out of nowhere, let somebody in, a stranger got in their bed, and that broke everything up. And you know what it's worse? It's like, you know, they took vows, man. You know what I'm saying? You know about it. You just took vows.
I'm married, bro. I'm God body, but I'm married, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But those kind of vows are sacred beyond earth.
But also,
listen.
With that, with Cuban, you said it took. Now, what we done heard so far, right? You said it took somebody. We're gonna say, like he said, a L that to come in and infiltrate. But speaking on what Papoose,
but she let it happen.
It was a bunch of more L's that he took. So
he was holding it down.
Do you think
he was really caught up with the vows? I think he got caught up with the real, like the God part of it, the spiritual, the family.
Facts.
Like he said stories there that was
Jersey Rich, salute.
Like it was. He said stories like the carpet eater, the carpet muncher that he caught up with in the living room. That's already happened. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you know what I'm saying? This is Remy's like action. You know what I'm saying? She's already doing this, and she's testing the waters. You know, when you test the waters, you know, they're gonna let me start with that. They're either gonna get worse or they're gonna backtrack and say, my bad, and never do that again. But usually they go to the next step and the next step until you find a little battle rapper that, you know what I'm saying, is 10, 20 years already younger than you, and you let him in your circle, and he breaks your back, and now you caught up. So that's what happened to Remy. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it's sad, but it's reality, man. We got to know how to embrace. We got to start learning and let people. This is reality. Like I said, like I don't think black love is lost. I think you can see the black love still lingering in Papoose. He with Clarissa. He with Clarissa, and he holding her down with, stepping into her.
Yo, and hold on. And the funny shit is, I'm going to say, bro, and I respect this, I love this. Yo, you see her and Papoose boxing the boxer gloves and Papoose hitting the bag with.
Pap did that for Remy with the right.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Fact.
Because he's the participator. He wants to make his partner greater.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In whatever way. That's you know what I'm saying. Those great qualities of a man. Any man. It could be, you know what I'm saying, white man.
Yeah,
it don't matter. It's a man, a male, a real husband.
So do you think? So you think at that point, when is where he questioned that part? Because like you say, we mad. Everybody done been through these situations. Not this situation, but I'm saying where you had to question because you are the head of your household. Why was that not a situation brought up when the first situation?
She's probably the breadwinner. She got the light. So you know when you get that breadwinner,
telling people.
Yeah, because you usually be a man as a breadwinner. When you know what I'm saying, we the breadwinners, and well, used to be. Now the women are in control of shit. But we used to be, we used to control the narrative. We used to control shit. And that's just a character and just being the one that provides. So if the woman is providing, she's gonna have those kind of qualities of being like controller of the household in a way. She's gonna have to say so. She's making the money. That gives you the attitude to be like, man, fuck that nigga. I make this money. I make this money.
Let me ask you a question though, on some real shit. We men, we all black, strong men. We are righteous, you know what I'm saying? We are original men. We ain't no white boys. So when it comes to certain things, like, yo, he gave him his career to make sure she was good. He was calling him crying every day about she wasn't feeling safe.
And what you heard her mouth. You heard what came out of her mouth. She spit it all over that.
Yeah.
She said, man, I don't care about none of that shit. It's about her. You know, she forgets about the time she got transparent fucking swimming suits in awards, and she's walking with her husband. Come on, man.
But who you think got that love of hip hop popping? Remy can't get it popping because she was in prison.
Yeah, but again, it go back to what he just said about her going to the wards and looking like she for the streets. Yeah. And when she's doing that, first of all, any man on here, that dress wouldn't have never even made it outside. Nobody.
Oh, no, facts, bro. You're right.
Yeah, so you wear that. Where is you? I mean, come on, bro. Because what if somebody come up and just say, "Man, I like that dress."
I would have been, if I was Papoose, I would have been like, "Damn, you showing that pussy, huh, girl?" I would have straight up embarrassed shit. You know what I'm saying? I would have. That's just us as men, you know. I'm a nigga, you know. Unless like, I wonder who the hell like was there in the same house. They got dressed and they looked at each other in the living room, like, "Oh, you look nice." Because right there is where you're supposed to stop that and be like, "Hell no, baby, go back upstairs. Get the fuck out of here. You're not coming in my fucking."
Hey, where did you buy? Yeah, where did you buy that? You didn't even tell me. But they go back to like you said, Cuban. If you're the breadwinner, just like he didn't even know that she had a crib. Imagine you don't know your girl got a crib 40 minutes away from you.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And it took another dude to tell you that she had a crib. Then the question is, well, how the hell he know? You the last one to know.
That's how you get lost in love, man. You get lost in love like that, you be blind, man. That's what they say about blind love. Love makes you blind.
Hey, listen, it's time for the oldest brother that's up here right now to
speak. All right, go ahead, speak, guys. Go
ahead, speak, guys. And like we always say, right, it's knowledge before wisdom, and that ain't no male chauvinist thing. Pap is my man, you know what I'm saying? Smell the guard and everything. But we all know out in the streets, right, that we got cats that's around us that's very strong individuals amongst men, but they are suckers for love when it comes to a woman. And you got a woman that comes from a certain environment, especially an individual like Remy Ma, you got to be an extra strong man as far as when she start to do things that's out of order. You know, you got to come with that strength, not being aggressive as far as doing anything physical, because it's not the point of a man controlling a woman through physical aspect. It's a man controlling a woman through the mental. You know how you got a chick. If you got a chick and everything is based upon physical, then when you no longer around her, another man could automatically be able to gravitate him toward her. You know? But if you got her mentally, then it's going to be real hard for another individual to step in there. And like y'all said, Pat was like more or less the model of us as black men showing black love, because for so long, we always downplayed for saying that we abandoned our children, we don't treat our women right, and he was showing the epitome of all that. So now that we done come to this point where we got to deal with separation, we know that a woman's scar is always going to be a great degree. And a lot of us pillow talk and everything else with them women. So now they gonna shoot that back on you. So I just think that the brother, I'm not gonna say that he was a sucker, but I would say that he was a true individual, and he placed his career and everything on the sideline to make sure that she was well taken care. We know that in the visiting room, when we doing bids or whatever, there's plenty of women that come up. There's plenty of women that you can get while you locked in the belly of the beast. But go on a woman's visiting floor. How many men is going to be that dedicated to go a whole year or whatever, to visit her and to hold her down? So, at my point of view, I'm not really, not disrespecting the queen, but she going overboard because it's like she went backwards. It ain't like she went forward by dealing with this individual, this rapper battle type cat,
Right. But totally understand what you're saying, Shabue. But again, we missing the fact, the man part. You're saying he gave up everything and then he started doing all this. A point he took away from that, meaning as in you said beginning that this is a type of woman that's a strong, and it takes a certain type of man. So you cannot forfeit your manhood because, again, I understand you going to visit, but remember, she's the same woman after 4 years. They told him, don't come back. Like she wasn't scoring. When is this? I guess my thing.
Hold on. First thing, she said that. Papoose never said she said that. Papoose been quiet for years.
I believe Remy said that.
He did say that. I'm telling you.
I believe Remy told him, listen, that's when he should have got a red flag in his head. Like, why wouldn't you want me to come back? You know what I'm saying? Like, or he should have got the hint. Yo, I'm up for ass too much. Some women they get a little.
Hold on. Hey, Cuban, let me ask you a question real quick.
You can't be up for somebody ass too much though either, my nigga. Like I'm like, I love, but some be like, yo,
yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Cuban. Let me ask you a question real quick. All the years you knew Remy, have you ever seen it like in a position where she like munch your carpets? We had a chick came up on YouTube years ago. And
Rem, when I see her, she was a young girl, man. She was a young girl. She had a kid already, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. So it was like she was a thorough hood chick that was spitting lyrics on her own. And she was him, man. And she was holding her own. There you go. That's how you fuck up fucking lives. I don't even know who he went. Get it, man. Come on, my nigga.
Go ahead, boy. That was Nicki Minaj that said that in the Cindy Come Up video. She said that.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj in the stairway said that.
Right.
That was Nicki, the one that said the butch.
Right. She was looking like a butch. She was looking like a butch back then, Cuban. That's before she went the girl route.
Yeah, she did the freestyle before she went to Gucci and all them, but she did it in the stairway. And she said, "What's up, Remy? What's up?"
There was a girl like looked just like Nicki, and she was talking about, yeah, what's up with Nicki? Like that was her stud. Like that was her girlfriend. So.
Right.
That was her. That was her before the transformation, Cuban. That was Nicki. And that's what she first was talking about. I don't know why she acting like she don't know me. I pulled her. She had the do-rag on, the whole kit. She was looking like a dyke at that time before she went over the other way.
So that's what
Hold on.
Yeah,
yo, Cuban, check this out, Cuban. I'm gonna pull up right now. I want you to see this shit. Yo, hold on 1 second. Hold on, I'm pulling up right now. Hold on 1 second. You know, I'm a piece of shit, but I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, I'm like Cuban said, bro. Win is enough, bro. Like,
yeah, man. Yeah, it just makes Remy look like.
But does it really? Because
it does, man. It does. It does.
But listen, if she's been, but listen, if you telling me she wild back then. Not saying you were saying wild, but if we got evidence and he comes out and said, this is what he said, and I quote, he said, man, you don't want me to get on here and tell people about your body count. That's your wife, bro. Like, I guess I'm blown away because for you to even say that, that means it's other dudes that you don't never want to name because you really is focused on this this lame, because there's other niggas they probably got a hold of it that you didn't say nothing. Man, the broad was in your house and you let her sleep in the bed with your old lady.
Well, I don't think he let her. I think he trusted her to the point of
trusted her to do what?
You don't think she's gonna do that. She wouldn't be disrespectful to do that.
Yeah.
We got kids in the house. This is our house. Like if she got that fresh, and disrespectful to do that, that's what happened. Brung the devil into your home. Now the devil takes over. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, as a mother, as a
right.
Like already an OG. She's up to the OG age already.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying, to be showing examples and to be like the leader of Black love.
That's true.
It wasn't Pap that forced her to be in that. She enjoyed that at one time. She became the spokeswoman on that one time. Even her attitude changed at one time. I thought she really changed. So for her to be really living a life like that, that type of devilish life, that type of just, promiscuous life, and then you could see in the background, her son got caught up with a murder case, and Pap said she didn't even go visit him. So it's like, what the fuck kind of foundational, like, you know what I'm saying, like morals is really like Rem on.
But that's what I'm saying. But again, the problem is, why would you get to this point in your life, being like you said, the OG is, and telling everybody that on the internet? You already knew that. Like, that's crazy. That's why I'm blown away. It's like you telling me some shit like, man, my old lady was this, and I'm sitting there looking like, well, damn. So
what are you talking about when Pap was telling him?
Like, think about it. That's his life.
Remy set it off. Remy set it off.
Yeah, facts, bro.
Right.
He was defending himself.
Yo, he had a right to defend himself, bro. He had a right to defend himself.
Yeah.
And yo, it'd be funny. Even all the hip hop industry people is going to Remy on the slide, bro. Cameron, Mace, Fat Joe even said a little slick shit.
He didn't say nothing about her. Did he say something? He didn't say nothing.
Yeah. He said he told Remy to get off the internet.
She learned from that fat beluga ass nigga.
Right.
That's the way that nigga be lying as hell. That's what Remy got on there.
Yeah, his name ain't Fat Joe. His name is Cap Joe.
Yeah.
His name is fucking Fat Tail Beluga Whale. That's his name.
Like you said, she know the dudes that she can run game on. That's the way I look at it. Like,
it's cool. That's cool when you're in your teens, though. You know what I'm saying? In your teens, maybe you're a young girl. Okay, she got game. We could admire that. She gonna grow out of there, and she gonna be a lady one day. You know what I'm saying? Like Remy should have been. Remy became a lady already, and been a role model for little girls. Now she's a problem.
Hey, Cuban. I told Born and Kross, right?
Yeah.
When they first got together, and people were saying that they were together, and nobody, really knew. K had called me, and he said, "Yo, my man is getting ready to really deal with Remy Ma," and I told him that this may not be something that you want to do.
Yep.
And even Pat repeated it, and like I said, my word is my bond. I don't got no reason to cap about nothing. But the brother called me and told me that he's getting ready to deal with her, and he told them he don't think that that's a good move.
Definitely. I heard that. I heard that. But I also heard through the grapevine, don't know if it's a rumor or not. Sounds more like a rumor, but it might, I wasn't in K circle like within like that.
Oh, so
I heard K smash. I heard K smash. That's why he was telling Pap that.
Yo, bro, hold on. Yo, what I just said, Shabue. Shabue, what I tell you, Shabue? Shabue, did I tell you?
You told me you got it from. Go ahead, boy.
Yo, first of all, I told Shabue and I told my brother Kross. I ain't tell you, Cuban, that my brother Jane Dale, that's my family, that's my cousin. He told me the case. He told me the K Slade told Papoose, yo, have fun with her. I've been with her already. And Papoose,
and that's a real brother. That's a real brother to say that to another brother, because I know I did that. I did that to brothers in my circle that I was like, yo, listen, I'm all good with that. But you know, I smashed, the homie smashed. You sure? And some of them, they in La La Land and they take that offer. And it's cool. Like, I have no problem acting a certain way, but at the end of the day, you know, the homies they gonna feel a certain way. My niggas like, yo, if you know that happened, you know what I'm saying? It's like you going on your own risk right here. Because you know how we get down. We get down. Like when we on the road, you know how we get down, and Pap knows that. Pap should know about, you know, the roadies and the groupies and you know, those that you hit. So he went in knowing. So I commend K Slade for even telling him that if he did
yo, he did tell him, because Gene told me that. Me and Gene talked 2 days ago. He said, yo, cuz he's like, he said you can say when you're live, but you can say on your show, bro.
Nah, Gene is a real one. Gene is a real one. So
so that's what I'm saying. So if that's the history of it,
again, that shit was there from the beginning.
That's all I'm saying, bro, because we can give somebody credit for doing some shit like that. You know why? Because in our minds, man, that's some miraculous shit you just did. Like,
hold on, hold on. Yo, one thing I want to say is, remember when Papoose said that Remy Ma had the chick, he called Remy Ma in the bed with the chick, and his daughter was in the bed with her?
Yeah.
Remy Ma, she never disputed that. She started talking about, oh, I take care of this nigga. This nigga cheated on me, he beat me.
They always divert to the money when that real shit happens.
Yeah.
I pay for the bills. I pay for these jewels.
Yeah. But again, the reason why is because she did it. Like he just said, she paid the bills. So she's saying, the hell is you talking about? Think about it. It's one thing.
But you gotta think about it. He was paying the bills all while she was locked up. He was taking care of her son. He paid her lawyer fees. He paid her lawyer fees. He paid the fees when a chick sued her. He did that.
Yeah, but he was probably just making it. He was probably just making it, struggling, and that's even more precious. But when Remy got that bag, it was like extra ball out. Now instead of a regular house, you get a mansion. You know what I'm saying?
But Joe. She never signed a $1.5 million deal like Papoose did, bro.
She don't got you. She get money.
She forgot about
hold up. At Papoose, he was the one that set up the love and hip hop shit.
She forgot about that. When she got unpositioned to do her, she got a bigger check. She started getting more money. She got more attention. She got a shot. So now it's forget you, dude. I don't need you no more. That's what she did to Pap, and that's foul. That's foul.
And when she said, when Pap said, she was like, oh, she's like, we splitting bank accounts now. She's like, that's my money.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like she forgot the actual work Pap put. And that looks disgusting on her part. People like that is like, yo, you know, you get people to a certain point, then you know, they get their own wings, and then you know, you help them fly, and then they forget about it. They treat you like shit. Like, yo, you never did enough for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we could see in Remy, that she's praising that money, that bag more than her family, really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One thing about that, but you could see the evidence in the family, in her son, and her daughter. You know, Pap talking about her friend. I don't know, her friend Diamond takes care of the son more than her. Like, you know what I'm saying? These are that type. Like,
her friend Diamond was in prison with her.
Yeah, that's the broad that was that came over there. But like y'all was saying, right? When Pat caught that deal for that 1.5, and that's what Kay was saying too at that time, that he wasn't no longer focused on his career. he was focused on taking care of her. That's why he moved up there and got a condo and everything. And just like he said, he was out on tour when she caught the case and came back. Most individuals at that time, that if your career is on the move and if something go wrong with a chick that you involved with, you're gonna concentrate on your career moving. Because I know Cuban Link, just you being in the industry, when it come time for you got that you lit and everything is going in your direction, you got to take advantage of that. You can't say, yo, I'm gonna stop to do this and hopefully a couple of months from now I'm gonna be just as hot, regardless of your skills or not. A lot of that is based on who you know, where you at, and what's going on at that time. So he made those real sacrifices by putting his career on hold to make sure that everything was all right for her. And that's the most
he did it for a
important
person
thing
that doesn't appreciate it.
Right.
He did it for somebody who didn't appreciate it. That's the sad thing about it.
Yeah, but on the same side, at that time, he wasn't even married to her. So Remy was the one that wanted to get married before she went to jail. She was running the play the first time before she even went to jail, because at that time they was dating. So then he ended up helping her. Of course, she gonna say, okay, marry me. But then at the same time, to me, it was just a play. She was running a play because, again, like you said, he just accepts her. I give him props. I don't know too many dudes just gonna do. Females would do it, but I don't know too many dudes that will marry a female knowing she going to jail. So she was the one that pushed that. She got married before she got locked up.
Yeah.
What if she didn't get married to him?
I mean, what do you think the dudes get married when they get locked up to a girl?
Right.
To get some, to get some buns.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's still like a alpha.
But she was getting buns. She was getting buns while she was.
No, she was getting papayas.
Yeah, she was getting the papaya.
Yeah, she got the papaya. She didn't get the hot dogs.
Yeah, she didn't get no hot dogs. No hot dogs. Yeah.
But
that's why she told him to stop coming up
she's not beta. She's an alpha. She's an alpha female. That's what it is. And
yep.
Bro, ain't no such thing as an alpha female, bro. Well, I don't care what nobody say on the internet, bro. There's no such thing as alpha female, man.
Yeah. You go back to that bit. What's that chick from back in the days with the sword?
Yeah.
Remember the sword? We used to go to war. What's her name?
They used to do what now?
She used to go to war like in Roman times. Remember that? She was like a warrior.
You talking about old girl from
It was the real character. She was a real warrior.
Not Cleopatra, was it?
Nah, not Cleopatra. She was like in the war. She was in the metal shit. She was going to war with the swords and all that shit.
Yeah. She was a part of the third Egyptian dynasty when they ran out of men, and she was, you know what I'm saying, the leader of the army. So I mean,
they got alpha women, man. You know, right. Women. Listen, women are beautiful human beings, man. Beings that are, of course, it's man and it's women.
Right.
But it's also human beings, individuality. You know what I'm saying? The spirit of God. You know what I'm saying? And women get that warrior spirit of God once God give them a task to go do. You know what I'm saying? Just to show them.
But hold on, but you gotta think about it too. I ain't mean to cut nobody off. I ain't mean to cut nobody wisdom. But we all know that Eve gassed Adam up to eat that apple, bro.
That's a story though. You gotta know.
We doing reality right now. You know, I'm a married man, bro. I'm a married man. I was married twice.
But you gotta know who wrote the Bible. Who wrote it?
Yo, William Shakespeare wrote the Bible for King James.
It was a lot of people, a lot of authors that have pages of the Bible that they put the Bible together on. And those tales are definitely tales that represent certain parts of human beings. But you know, at the end of the day, they didn't know about the science, about the molecules and the atoms and stuff like that. So it was a lot of things that was like at the end of the day, do you believe in the Last Supper? That wasn't Lady Magdalene in there, one of the 12 disciples.
No.
I believe it was a gay man in there.
Why would you believe it's a gay man more than a woman? You don't think a woman will be cooking for them and setting that table up and making sure they good?
That's a fact. Setting everything
so
up.
So what I'm saying is that they didn't say, they took the painting out. It's a character in there that looks like a woman. And to this day, they'll be like, there was no woman there. Now, if you go to Catholic Church, the Catholic Church was always males, man. Females never had a leading role. They've been
Cuban. I went to Catholic school, Cuban. I went to Catholic school when I was a kid, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. Just what they told you in that picture, in that painting. I think it was Michelangelo. Who wrote that? Who did that?
No, William Shakespeare.
No, he's talking about.
He did the writing, but Michelangelo was the one that did the painting.
The painting.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to tell you is that they depicted that. And today they say that you might have been a gay man, but would a gay man been involved in Catholic like that? In the Catholic?
Yeah. Oh, you gotta think about it. Hold on. I'm gonna cut you off, bro.
No, they were, but they wouldn't.
Yeah, most of the popes and the bishops were gay, bro.
Yeah, but they wasn't putting it out there like that. It was a male.
It wasn't. But you got to think about it too, Cuban. Back then, if you go back even Greece times when they had what they call "quote unquote" the hot baths. And
was mad gay people back then. Yeah, athletes and
all that. There were men. It was men and stuff. And more likely, a lot of times, think about it. If you even go to the Vatican right now,
Achilles was gay.
Yeah, if you go to the Vatican right now, look at it, Google. Why is there an age limit in the Vatican for you to have consensual? I thought they don't have consensual if they popes and stuff. They in the Vatican, but they had to put it there. It used to be 14, but I think it went up to 16. So again, like you said, men
That's because the old ass niggas want to get the little young kids. That's what it is.
A bunch of these chesters. That's why I say even to
right. But look at this, right? There was no word in the original languages for homosexuality until the Greeks came along. GYM is just like GYN, that means new, and Nasium means training. It wasn't until the Greeks came along and men started training new in front of other men that whole homosexual thing came about. I don't know how a lot of y'all's a lot younger, but y'all remember that picture, Caligula, when it came out, it told about their history. You know what I'm saying? And as far as the Adam and Eve thing go, let's just keep it real, brothers. You know what I'm saying? If it's one man and one woman, and they supposed to populate the earth, and they have, you don't know whether you gonna have how many males. Suppose they had 6 male children at one behind the other, and then now they have a female. So what you trying to say that they sister gotta crossbreed with them in order for them to be populated? We talking about groups of people, but we know how society is. They put it on a 1-and-1 type thing because they want to keep the people's minds caught up in that type of reality. You know?
Yeah, 100%. Yes, there's a lot of questions I got when it comes to that part of things. Yeah. But there's a lot of stories also inside the Bible that are really, really for real. Like we go through them individually. Like we went through the Cain and Abel story. We went through the Last Suppers. I know I did. You know what I'm saying? We went through the whole, the crucifixion at times when we get cast stones while everybody's watching you, even the ones you love, they there not to help you. You know what I'm saying? We've been through the lion's den. You know what I'm saying? So that's right. So there's a lot of stories that keep repeating themselves.
Or even things that say the test of time. Who's in the belly of the whale? You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff. Yeah, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
A lot of stories, man, that hit home. You know what I'm saying? They stick through time, through generations.
Right.
No,
you're right. But you know what's so crazy though? A lot of it stick, and we all know as we get older, and it's crazy a lot. Like us is getting older, we realize a lot of this stuff we ignored, and that's where we can't break that chain. Where we can just, you know what I'm saying? Like we can be able to damn correct what's going on now, because you think about the youth now, bro. I always tell people, you ask the average man and be like, man, what you think about them young kids? Most average men in our cultures say, man, I don't fool with them, man, them little dudes. But that's the sad part. So if we don't fool with them, what do you think somebody that don't look like us with a badge or anything else? We got to figure out where the hell we failing at, because there's a communication gap, bro. Because a lot of I talk to a lot of mentor, a lot of kids, they don't listen to us for some reason. They think that when we go to telling them about something, ask yourself the last time when you was growing up, the elders used to tell you, pull your pants up, turn your head around, pull your pants up, fix your clothes. You tell a young kid now that it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's been a lot of detachment between men and women, you know what I'm saying, fathers and mothers.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's by the government too, you know what I'm saying? Like it's incentives there for women not to be with their partners, with their baby fathers. It's a lot of incentives. You know what I'm saying? That's why another thing too, the government plays a role in that, religion plays a role in that, and just society, man. Society is, you know, I never seen so many for nothing, but so many like shit that's going on as far as like gay people in the world. Like
I never seen that.
I never seen that.
Back in the days, it used to be in the closet. Now, when you see it, every young person, you like, how did that win? Like,
that's that was upright. We understood it, but you know what I'm saying. We also understand the other side. You know, we understand nature. You know, we also understand nature. Nature itself tells you a story. Like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the women have a ovalis, you know what I'm saying, which, you know, the cooch is a cave which hugs and absorbs and fits with the man's penis. We have the penis, they got the hole, the cave. Those go together, and when they go together, they create life. That's as easy as nature could put it to you. Now you put anything else, two papayas ain't gonna make no life. You put two hot dogs, you know what I'm saying, in a Hershey hole is not gonna make life.
But they go back to what everybody don't understand. Why is it that if we the most creative beings, we need a guidebook? But if you, like you said, you go outside, you're not gonna see a dog with a cat. You're not going to see a red bird with a blue bird. You're not going to see none of that. Why is it that we need guidance to understand you don't do that? Like you said, two swords fighting together ain't create nothing.
Yeah, it's going to sharpen the steel, but it ain't going to create a baby sword.
Come on, man.
You know? But so that's what I'm saying. When it comes to like life lessons, I think since cavemen, we knew what was right and what was wrong.
And we still do.
Yeah, man. We know what
I think we don't give a damn. I think people nowadays just don't give a damn.
And what the problem is when you go in that rabbit hole, now morals are not the same anymore. Things change. You done threw that time warp. You threw the whole genetic time shit off. So that's why we come up with these kind of you know what I'm saying, results.
Hey, how they say they get us, right? We come out the womb one time, right? And we spend the rest of our life fighting to get back in it, right? It's just like during my era, you know, growing up and everything. Like we say, welfare is fair. Well, a lot of them don't know that the majority of the people that is on it is not black and brown people, but it's Caucasian people. But I remember at the time, Cuban, when I was young in the 60s, growing up, when the social worker used to come to your house, you couldn't even have no shoes or nothing that showed that a man was in the household.
That was in the 80s too, bro.
Board, you couldn't have nothing extra because even from the plantation on, the woman was always given a certain degree of power, and definitely power within inside our households where they would be willing to take care of them if we wasn't there. Then when we deal with mass incarceration, we deal with, like I said, you know, during the crack era in which I participated in and everything else, it was a time where you had the dope fiend, you had the alcoholic, and they always took care of their kids. But when the crack came along, that was the first time that I seen that mothers was no longer mothers anymore. And with the children that grew up, the residue off of that, and now the residue off of them, that once the
That's
seed
generations.
doesn't
Generational.
receive any nurturing from the mother and doesn't receive any unconditional love from the mother, then how can they love anything else? That's why it's so easy for them to be able to fight and kill amongst each other, because they never received it, any of that unconditional love from their mothers and their fathers. So this is what has set it up, the whole thing that we got going on now. And a lot of the brothers that, you know, could have said something to them, a lot of them are afraid of these same individuals, when we know that back then it wasn't like, it was more murders going on in the early 80s and the 90s and all that during the crack war than it's going on right now. But the only difference is that, like y'all said, in our hood, from day one growing up, even if we didn't have fathers, we had OGs that was out there that was always guiding us and telling us the proper things that we needed to know for us to have that manhood.
Yeah, that community love was extra strong back then.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
it was that unity we had back then, and that's not there no more.
Nah.
Somebody it got infiltrated, it got destroyed.
Yep.
A lot of things, a lot of elements. You know what I'm saying? We could blame for it, but yeah, love is still that recipe though, man. You know, when love conquers all, it's hard sometimes, man. You gotta go through fucking hell to get to heaven. But,
Yep.
but
Love hella right.
Nah, that's real. Like I was telling somebody the other day, I said, bro, remember the universal thing everybody used to do? I don't care where you was in anybody's hood. If you walked past and gave them the nod, if you just nodded at them, that was the respect. You ain't had to say nothing. Somebody nod back. That was a respect. Man, you can't even do that nowadays. Them kids will ask you, and what are you doing? Or they're going to ask you, why are you staring at them? Nobody even, you know, salutes other people when they go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Or, what's up, black man? Or what's up, man? What's up, man? What's up, real man? What's up, true man? What's up, God? People automatically get offended. These young kids don't understand giving respect. They don't got that no more. They don't have any fear. They don't fear anything.
Cross, mass incarceration. When you ain't got the father, the uncles, the big cousins, you ain't got nobody there to give them no type of proper guidance, you know what I'm saying? Or instill, like you said, discipline. You know, you couldn't just do certain things without you being checked back in those days. You know, I just looked on a joint the other day in Brooklyn, and the dude was standing in the project with a 5-year-old kid, and he was talking about he's smoking on something and everything else. 5 years old back then, you would have got smacked upside your head. You ain't doing nothing, shorty. You know, but all the elements have changed. You know what I'm saying? They got bigger guns. They no longer go outside to play. The whole environment has changed, and through the environment changing, they can say we're not products of our environment. But you know that's always shown. They even did it when they did the movie Trading Places. They said
hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I want to ask you.
Environment. You know what I'm saying? They got the ability to grow.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Yo, Cuban, let me ask you a question. When all that shit happened, when Remy Ma and Fat Joe, when you got sliced, was Remy Ma still rocking with Fat Joe at that time?
Yeah. But she took me to the hospital.
To the hospital.
She was the one who took me to the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah. I actually, when I got outside, I noticed I was cut. I got down on my knees and I said a prayer. I asked God for, you know, to part me for what I'm about to do. And then when I opened my eyes, it was Remy there with the red Benz convertible. And she came out the car. She said, "What happened?" And I got up and I was like, "Nah, I'm good. Yo, they cut you." I said, she said, get in, man, take to the hospital. So I said, "All right, cool." I took my shirt and put it on my face. She took me to the hospital. So I'm always going to have love for Remy on that note. And that's why I look at her now as like I want nothing but the best for her. I seen what, you know what I'm saying? I see my brother had love for her. I see my brother is the main reason why Remy got on.
So if you don't mind me asking you if you can recall, I know it was crazy because you got sliced. what was the conversation when you got in the car? Were you like, damn, Joe just blah blah blah?
Nah. What happened? She said, what happened? And I was like, nah, I had a fight with Joe, whatever. And then you know, what I'm saying, I fucked him up. Somebody from the back came and you know, what I'm saying, started, you know, had the those razors, the orange.
Yeah. I remember those shit.
I remember hearing that shit.
Knife,
I remember to hear that. You hearing that in the back? You know what I'm saying? So I was aware, like my senses was aware. You know what I'm saying? That aware that I know I'm fighting this dude, I'm beating the shit out of Joe. But then I hear the in the background. You know what I'm saying? When I start thinking back and I close my eyes and I start thinking, like I could
Yo, what about the
box cutters? The box cutters.
Hold on, box cutters.
Right.
Yeah,
box cutters.
Box cut. Exactly.
It was the one, you know, the clicker one, you know, the long one.
Yeah, that's what they called them, box cutters.
Orange box cutter. Orange box
cutter.
Damn. Yeah.
Yo, let me ask you a question about the fake Pistol P, because he's not the real Pistol P. We all know who the real piece is from Soundview.
Watergun Willie.
Watergun Willie. Yo, hold on. The capping Pistol P, like the capping Joe. I heard Pistol P say something one time recently. He did an interview with some white guy. He said, "Oh yeah, we laid the Puerto Rican flag down in the middle of the prison yard. And I told all the black guys I was down with, go lock in your cells because it's about to get crazy out here."
Yeah, I heard it.
He said, I heard it.
Nah, he told that story boy and said he was in Katsaki. But the story that he originally talking about was the one that happened on the island. And things would be possible, just like I told you with the whole gang culture and everything else when Shaquille and them was talking about in 91. I was in the Beacon in 91. Like I said, facing 6 attempt murders on the police. And that gang shit wasn't prevalent over there. But everybody know if you go to C95 is San Juan. The majority of the individuals that's in C95 is Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? So different things go on in different buildings at that time. You know, you got to deal with time errors when you dealing with things. And I'm not going to take the brother's whole, you know what I'm saying, character away, you know, being in those buildings. But certain things, you're not going to go out to the yard nowhere and just plant a flag and you're going to chop all the brothers up in the yard, especially not up north as crazy as Comstock was, which was called Gladiator School. And shit like that is supposed to be real. So this is where I be saying sometimes people be taking their stories and they be stretching them around. I'm not going to take
put the beluga twist on.
Keep everything real.
Those are beluga tails. That's what I'm saying. You can tell by the leadership of that group at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Right now they're getting tested because people are getting tired of lies, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of lies are being put on a hot seat, and you know, they gotta be really pressed. And you know, we all tired of lies, man. I know I've been tired of lies.
Yeah.
So, you know, by the government, by everybody. So you know, they get what they deserve, man. You know what I'm saying? And they really showing themselves to the world. So I let them rock. You know what I'm saying? People are not stupid. People are not stupid.
So back then, Cuban, when you was with him, the way Joe talked, he talks like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? People feared him. Was it
Joe put some work in back in the days where he got his name known. He got his name known. We all did.
That's why I will say, was it majority of y'all? Right, was it majority y'all or people feared y'all versus him?
3 dudes that was down with Terror Squad, the original crew, were thorough street criminal minded about their business dudes. Put their work down, you know, and put forest projects on as far as like they rep, you know, back in the days, crews that they go out of town and they go just to beat people up and say, we did it. You know what I'm saying? To give them their crew like that publicity. So that's how, you know, they was. I came from the buildings next to them. When I got involved with them, we was putting in work regardless. You know what I'm saying? Right. Through the street, and also when we went with Joe to, you know what I'm saying, to do shows. So that's how we earned our bones through there. So I was always proud to be a solid individual that came through that pipeline. You know what I'm saying? Of course. But you know, it's still to this day, it's like those are thorough dudes, because I've been at war with them, as going to war against others. And we did shit that you have to respect us for, and we earned that respect. But what Joe did on his own is make a mockery out of it. Right.
All right. Yo, rest in peace, Charlie Rock LC, my bro, man. Yes. Me and Charlie Rock talked so many times, man. Yeah. And Charlie Rock told me
at the end, me and Charlie was cool, man.
But Charlie Rock told me how he got stabbed up fighting for Terror Squad at G-Unit and shit, bro.
And Joe didn't believe him. Joe told him you're a liar. You only trying to get the money so he could go buy some dope. That's how disgusting.
That's fucked up. So, I didn't even know that shit. So he got stabbed up, and Joe didn't believe him.
Didn't believe him. He said, you Yosha Yala. That's what he said on the interview. You Yosha Yala, because you stole a bundle of dope. He said it just like that. And I was looking at him like, yo, that's your friend. You had me and Pun.
His best friend.
1994, 93. We went on a visit. You took me to see Charlie. He was like, yeah. He was like, we went to see him. You talked to him about him giving you street cred from Flojo on.
Wow.
Flojo on. Pun gave Charlie love because we respected him and we loved him. That's your crew. And we always thought he was a real soldier. When he get out, you give him a gun and put him around the dope game again, knowing he got a problem. Then when he got a problem, you leave him for self. You shit on him. That's disgusting to do to your childhood buddy, man.
Yeah, set him up knowing that he had a problem with dope, and he put him around it, knowing he was gonna fuck up.
Yeah,
his best friend. And even Charlie Rock said, me and Charlie Rock was talking. He said, Joe said, I got a car for you and all this and that. He said Joe gave him his old Cadillac Escalade when he came home and $5,000 to take him shopping.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know Joe is a very cheap individual.
Yeah.
Very cheap, very cheap, very cheap. I'm telling you, he used to give Pun $100 to hype him up. He used to give me, no, he never gave me shit. Pun used to give me.
Yeah.
Pun used to give me. And when I did do a show for the Terror Squad, he tried to give me $250 after I was making like 12 G's already on my own show. So I'm like, this is crazy. So we let him eat. We let him eat, man, because, you know, we know his struggle. We know where we come from.
Yeah.
We let him eat. And one thing about feeding a beluga once, the feeding sizes, you know, it doesn't stop. They want more. That's why they got to go to the middle of the ocean and eat a fucking million fish in their mouth with one swoop. So that's kind of beluga, greedy bastard he is, where he's so greedy that he has no honor after, you know, our big brother, which is my big brother, really, Pun, you know, my bro for real. He passes away, that he goes in and robs the estate of Pun and robs Pun's family after death.
Mm-hmm.
They all, Loud Records, Steve Rifkin, Richard Isaacs, and Fat Joe had a life insurance on Big Pun. $1 million. They split it 3 ways. Joe never gave a shit to the kids and nothing. He kept that for himself. Beyond that, his royalty checks that he made a deal with Jelly Bean Benitez and Fat Joe. Fat Joe was cut a check every time from Jelly Bean Benitez to cut a check to Pun's family. He didn't do it for 16 years, my nigga. 16 years. He didn't give them nothing, robbing them.
Yeah.
So what kind of?
Yeah, hold on. Let me shout out my. Hold up. Pause up real quick. Let me give a shout out to my little bro Eric Scott, Bob House, This is Cash. Cross panels, chart salute. You know what I'm saying? Salute, bro. I appreciate it, bro.
These are the questions, and these are the actual hot seat. He should be in there and should be answering these questions.
Right. So
he could alleviate people of how piece of shit and disgusting thief he is. And that's why me personally, I could never have respect. I haven't had respect for him since 2000. You already know. So it was for these same reasons. I knew from the back, in the back scenes, I seen this playing out.
Yeah.
But, you know, the industry backed him and rewarded him and backed him with everything. all the shit he was doing, and I guess he was making money for the white collars and the CEOs. So they gave him that. That's what the devil does, you know.
Think about it. They gave him that damn podcast or whatever the hell he was doing.
That's to fix it though. That's to fix the image. Remember, he got caught up with that.
But I was gonna ask you this. So what the hell you think? This is my personal opinion. I think Jada made a bad mistake. I think they used Jada to try to catapult him back up in the culture because they're using Jada because again, he solidified.
Of course, man. He got in trouble with the FBA. He said the N-word in the platform where it was derogatory to most Black Americans. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't have to even the
That's what him and Lord Jamar had to
say, I'm sorry, my bad. I understand that some, you know, we are from New York. We use that word. You know, we use that word and we rock it because it's love. But at the end of the day, we are also OGs in this that know that Alabama ain't New York.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Tennessee, Mississippi, where there's real racism.
That shit don't fly like that.
So at least have the decency to apologize to the Black community on that. You didn't even have that. So of course, you know, you got the devil, the business, the actual, you know, music industry, the hip hop council that backs him. Now they got to try to fix his image. So that's why they put the Jada thing on right now to try to get him back in good graces with the Black community.
And he's
even the Puerto Rican and the Spanish Latino community don't even like him.
That's why I be telling everybody that's what he's trying to do because ain't nobody. Remember, he tried to drop the album during that time. Ain't nobody looking for his mind. I was gonna ask you
when Triple Wood
was the album.
He went Triple Wood. That's another reason. They trying to still pump the album through that podcast. That's what they trying to do. They trying to save him, man. Y'all can see it now. Y'all can see it. I talking about it because you know I fucking do the narration when it comes. Oh shit! Look at the beluga. They torture you, beluga. That's me. Fuck that. I never sued that nigga. When all that happened with me, I never sued and never called the cops. Oh, this is my fucking give back. This is my give back. I try to get you in the streets. I really try to get you in the streets and you call the cops on me. So you know what? Now I'm just going to sit back and watch you and narrate your whole fucking shit. And that's it. We're going to keep it funky. We don't give, you know, we're going to give the people what they really understand, which is the truth.
Right.
Yo, let me ask you one question, bro. Yo, when Joe didn't show Baby Pun no love.
He blackballed Baby Crib. He blackballed him, man. Say that right.
Yeah.
He blackballed him.
Not only did he stole Pun's estate for 16 years, he blackballed his son to heir to the throne while his kids, his special kids that we all see, they went to college. They all got special care. Pun's family went to the shelters while he's robbing. You see that story, man?
Did you know, Cuban, did you know Gonga, our homeboy Gonga Roach?
Gonga Roach. That's that.
Yeah, he's the one who won the case with him. He's the one who got the lawyers.
Yeah, he was on the case.
He broke it down. It's not just me hating now. It really break it down. There's a paperwork behind this. It's not like I'm just making this shit up because I hate him. Dude, I hate him because the fact that this is true. Like, I can't even believe this dude did this to somebody like Pun. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my anger stems from. Things like that, like underhanded betrayal shit that he did to people I love. You know what I'm saying? With me, that's street shit. You know, we got into a fight. I beat the shit out of you. You got somebody don't stand behind me and did that. Okay, we'll handle that on the street. But what you did to my brother and his family, that's my family. That's beyond music. That's beyond his business. And that's why I get caught up in them feelings. I just can't let you do that, man. And I'll risk it all. I could be looking like the crazy one that is caught up in Fat Joe stories more than my own shit. But that's just who I am. That's in my DNA, man. Christopher Rios is really my brother. You understand? You know what I'm saying? He's the reason why y'all heard of Cuban Link. He believed in me. And, you know, just because he's not here anymore, I'm going to act like, you know what I'm saying, it's something different. And that's why especially the ones that
hold on. First of all, let me say shout out to Star Rios, yo. I've been following Instagram. She's doing a lot of stuff to big up her father, bro.
Call her Amanda Panda.
Amanda Panda Bear.
Amanda Panda. Yeah.
Hey, check this out, right? I'm gonna drop a little bit of history on y'all, right? Growing up, right, we used to have the BALs in all the New York City housing, right? That's when I first learned about the Bronx.
You
We
talking
used to
about
go to,
BAL or PAL?
nah, this is before the PAL. The
Okay.
PAL is the Police Athletic League,
Yeah, we used to be
but the
playing baseball shit and all that. Yep.
right, but the BAL was the Boys Athletic League.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And back then, the projects in each borough, they used to have what we call circuses, right? And each project would go from one project to the other. And that's how I first learned about the Bronx, about Castle Hill, Bronx River, Soundview, Thorns Neck, all that going around with the Boys Athletic League growing up. Later on, as we move forward, you know what I'm saying, going into the hip hop thing, I don't got nothing against them saying that the Bronx is the origin of hip hop.
Yeah.
But what I will say to that, Cuban, is back then every borough had its DJs and its own style
For
of
Master Flowers, right?
developing
You talking about
hip
fucking
hop.
Master Flowers?
Hold on. And not every borough, we gotta think about the brother who helped start hip hop from Elizabeth, New Jersey. We brung him up already, bruh.
I know you was going through that, Paul, but let me
Yeah,
complete
I'm
what
just saying. I'm just saying.
what right.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm
Let
just
me
saying.
complete. Let me complete what I'm saying.
I mean,
You know, it
that
it, it,
debate,
it was it
still
was
going on to this day, man.
right.
Hip hop
It was
Eastwick, nigga,
named like
Eastwick.
that, and the first time that I read in the Fat Joe before he even became famous, my man from out my way was Diamond D's cousin. And he took me up there to the projects. Right across from there was a famous Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? They ended up later on, they busted a lot of guns and shit like that they was running through the Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that's the first time that I ran into Fat Joe. But going with the hip hop, all the boroughs had an influence, and there's a lot of DJs and MCs and all that wasn't mentioned. I want to shout out my man that just passed away recently, which was Jimmy Spicer. We called him Moppy. That made
There's
Super
a lot
Ride.
of unsung heroes, man. There's a lot of unsung heroes that
Right. You know what
when you
I'm
get to the
saying?
DJ.
So what happened is that once it was placed in the corporate America and they really see how much money that could be generated off of hip hop, it took control of everything. And the sad part is, like you say, Cuban, which is not just with Joe, you could go with Jay-Z, behaving. It's a lot of us that's out here that was the foundations to a lot of people that got on top. And most of the time, like they always say, a true soldier never receives his glory. You know, even when y'all was rolling back then in the streets, Cuban, you was like the hottest dude, you know, that was coming out the group besides Big Pun. You know, at that time when we was rolling around doing our thing and everything else, because one thing that always happens with music is ageless. You always identify with things that are identifiable. So I don't listen to music based on my age. I listen to music with what I can identify with that's coming out of an individual's mouth.
And some of us didn't even mind playing a part. To form a strong team, you have to play your position. I knew my position. I always played it. Now, when it was my time to come up fourth, I expected my brothers to help me with that one because they was up there first. Like I considered Joe my brother at one time. Because I respect the background, the crew that we came from. I respect the family. You know what I'm saying? I respect the struggle that he came through. He came from the project for real. Same dirty white boy had a tough time and you know, in a predominantly more black neighborhood, because you know he was white, he used to get his ass beat by black folk. I understand that too. He had to earn his name. So he earned certain, certain stripes that he did. So we fell into that because we come from the same neighborhood. Latinos also. We want to rep. We want black folk to look at us and be like, yo, they different. Nah, they different. Those are the ones. And we set the bar for that. We set for those goals as far as our artistry. We wanted to be those dudes because we come from that and we learned from the black folk that was there to be to a certain bar. You know what I mean? Like my favorite rapper is Cool G Rap. You know what I'm saying? Big Daddy Kane, Slick Rick. I'm from that school. You know what I'm saying? But I still remember the Melly Mel who we passed the batons to. You know what I'm saying? And then it was that explosion in hip hop. Where you got the Special Eds, you got the Busta Rhymes leaders of the new school, we got the Mobb Deeps, we got the the Poor Righteous Teachers. We got
50 Cent, the G Unit. Yo, don't forget about 50 Cent G Unit, bro.
But I'm saying we had all those flavors in New York, and we all sounded different.
Hold on, don't forget about Redman, Naughty by Nature,
of course,
Poor Righteous Teachers. Yo, Laws of the Underground. Come on, let's go, man.
The X-Clan, all of that.
X-Clan, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, I'm from that. Granddaddy IU, I'm from that. From
MC Light.
And when they came out, that was incredible to me. I love NWA.
Yo, hold on. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
A lot of people don't know about Granddaddy U, Cuban.
Granddaddy IU.
I got a song with him, man. I got a song with him. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Granddaddy IU, man. You know what I'm saying? That was my bro, man. Alcoholic to the mother.
Hold on. Don't forget about Lord Finesse. Forget about Lord Finesse.
Of course. Come on, man.
Hold on.
That's where you started, man.
Hold on. What's up? I got a girl. What you mean?
Remember the boss? Gangster. I want a gangster bitch.
Yeah. I want a gangster of it. Oh, a gangster. That's big. That was Apache. His wife Nigga D. His wife Nigga D.
K Solo.
Yo, my brothers from Eastwick, man. Biz Markey, he was born in Long Island, but he was adopted by my best friend's family from Elizabeth, New Jersey.
That's the Ace. Ooh.
DJ Cool B, parents adopted Biz Markey.
Yeah, Father MC.
Yeah, Father MC. Yeah, well, he got
Kwame.
It was a bootleg Big Daddy came to me because it was like Big Daddy was that dude. Father MC went with the ladies. You know what I'm saying? He had that smooth shit. Like he was with the Kwame's and shit. Like to me.
Yeah, Kwame. That's what I said. Kwame.
Kwame's with the.
Hey, yo, your man, Prince Marky D used to live around my way too.
Come on.
His mother used to own a restaurant right there on Milford and Sutter Avenue in New York.
Mount Vernon. He was
got there.
And he was Boricua. You know what I'm saying?
He was Yeah, I'm telling you, I knew him when he was young, man.
Yeah. So the black and brown love was
yo. Why I tell people, man? I tell people from all over the world, man. We from in New Jersey and New York. We didn't consider each other different, man. We grew up together, bro. We was like brothers, man. We grew up in the same projects.
That was hip hop.
We smashed the same chicks. Hey, yo, Knight, don't put Karis One in this chat no more. He's a pedophile. He was getting his ass smacked by African Red Bottom, man. We ain't talking about Karis One right now.
Don't start.
You can't even erase that man from history. That's enough.
You can't erase him, bro. No matter what, you can't erase him, bro.
I'm erasing that nigga, bro. Like I erased R. Kelly from RB history, bro. Hold on.
I mean, some of these artists got a crazy mind warp.
Yeah.
Yo, bro. Yo, hold on. Yo, Cuban, I'm gonna tell you a funny story, right? I was bodyguard for DJ Red Alert, right? We was in Atlanta, Georgia.
The good brother.
Like, oh, yeah, DJ Red Alert. Yo, shout out to DJ Red Alert. But he took me to African Bada had a house. He had a mansion. He was living on Dr. Malachi York Ranch, right?
Man, you deep inside. You doing the shit, the get out, the get out. Yeah. That's where you was at.
Yo, bro, I'm God body, bro.
He in the belly of the beast of all this.
I'm in the belly of the beast, bro.
That's three fucking monsters.
Yeah.
Hell, for real. That's for real.
Yeah.
So we went to African Bada house and shit, right? And at first, the first thing I noticed was he had like mad Puerto Rican boys dressed up like Egyptian princesses.
There we go. Why you gotta go there?
Hold on.
Man, Cuban, he do this shit. Going straight. He go straight like we started off.
Hold on. Feed that nigga fruit and wine, bruh.
And he ain't gonna say allegedly. That's the fuck.
Now I'm not gonna say allegedly because
you was there.
I was there.
So then, so he tried to reenact like back in the Roman days, something like that. The Athens, the Greeks.
Hey, I remember when KRS-One used to really be a graffiti writer on the train, and he was staying in that boys' home right down there on
the shelter.
Court Street. That's where he met Miss Melody. But then right after that, that's when he went. A lot of people don't know, he was down with that Harry Krishna joint too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he was a Harry Krishna at one time.
So
the cats that used to wear the all white with the bald heads and the little ponytail.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you a funny story, right? Y'all might not remember this. I'm in one. Y'all ain't gonna know this.
You want me to tell you a funny story?
Yo, tell me before I tell mine.
We gotta hear.
I'm gonna tell this funny story, but I gotta get the fuck out of here, right? Because I gotta do something. But I love it. This is funny story. It's about fun. So Fat Joe had a club. He had clubs back in the days. He had the Buddhist spot. Then something happened over there. Somebody got killed. Then we went to another spot called the X Club, 3rd Avenue. We used to, that's us coming up. It's full of clips. Me, Pun, Triple Say, Sick One. So we coming in as that. But Pun already had the buzz, which is still not a killer. You're not a killer. That's when the white label came out. Remember? I'm not a player. You're not a killer.
I just questioned about
It just first came out in High 97. So it was a big show this time, right? So KRS-One was the headliner. KRS-One, Pun was the opener, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? When there was Joe's club. He rented it out, so he was bringing artists in there. Nori went a couple of times down there too.
Yo, you better knock Nori out too, nigga.
But
I'm gonna get him out of love. Though. Remember, he could never interview me, so I just want to, show how much I love him in the ring. So then the night goes right. Shit is a pack. Everybody. That's when KRS. He had the dun 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 dun. Remember that?
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
So he had that right. Was that Was that it? So he was popping. Like KRS was popping. That was the single.
Yeah, that was the shit too.
Shit. So who we go? There we go. It's fucking Big Pun about to set off the show, pack stage, everything. The stage is like this. It's like a little runway in the front, and then it goes out to a stage.
Right.
So you can go in the front and go with the people, come back. So who's Pun's night, man? At the time, it's only on stage. It's
you.
Cuban Link. Right. But back then I was lyrical assassin. So,
right.
Skinny as hell. Pun is like 350. So this is like our first show, right? So he's opening up for KRS. Now, we start our shit, he does the thing, and he can only do that one song. He's not a killer, right? So he gets on shit. Dun, dun, I ain't a killer, still learning how to walk, right? We fucking killing it. The people are going crazy. Pun's going crazy. Pun decides to go on that little runway now. He decides to go to that little runway. I'm behind because we both can't fit. You know what I'm saying? He was right. We both can't fit there side to side. So I'm behind him, but I'm like, this, you ain't a killer. Still learning how to walk. Pun does the same shit in the front. The crowd's going crazy. He does one of these, a little too wide to the right. Nigga, foot falls.
Oh, shit.
Who fall?
Yeah, because it was a big stage. So, and who's down there, right? There's ladies like this. I see this in slow motion now. Pun is falling. And damn. He's like this with the arm. And he, nigga, 350, 400, falls on top of the lady, full flesh, just like this. Sideways with the shoulder. Smashes the bitch on the floor. Everybody stops for a minute. And I'm like, oh, shit. You all right? Nigga uses her get up. Mushed the bitch.
Oh,
The bitch was like, I ain't a killer. Acapella. And I'm like, you ain't a killer. Yo, the crowd went bananas.
So was the chick still on the ground?
This lady got my nigga. This boy died. I don't know if she must have died or something. But you know who the lady was at the end of the day?
Who?
KRS's one wife, my nigga.
Yo, hold on. Before you, yo, Cuban link. Yo, Cuban link.
KRS's wife when his first got out.
Yo, Cuban link. Before you get off, yo, Cuban. Before you get off, let me tell you this story, right? So I was back in the day, you know what I'm saying? I used to rap. I used to rap right back in the I used to rap Jersey nigga. I used to rap. I told you I rap. So I was dating this
you look
chick.
Like Gucci Rap and Chubb Rock had a baby. You do a little bit. Cuban. I was nice, Cuban. I was nice back in the day, Cuban. Real talk. And Dubsy too. Dubsy a little bit of Dubsy.
He got a little Dubsy in him.
Yeah, a little dub in him.
Yeah. Hold on, let me tell you this funny shit, right? So I was dating this chick. She's from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? She was like, come pick me up. She was the backup dancer for KRS-One and Miss Melody, right? She's like, come pick me up from the house. So I drive out there to pick her up and shit. I'm like 17, 18, right? So I drive to pick her up. So when I get in the house, KRS-One is in the back with a bunch of his young dancers that was all boys. And old girl, word of bond to the father Allah, bro. He was in the back with a bunch of dancers. Miss Melody, she had one of these roll-up chairs, like, you know, I got the desk chair right now. She had one of the roll-up chairs from the living room or dining room, and she's in front of the refrigerator, with the refrigerator open, eating food out the refrigerator. Yo, and I asked old girl, like, what's going on? She's like, he back there with his dancers again. Oh, he back there with his dancers again.
Oh, so they was swinging back then. They was swinging.
Yeah, but he said she was in front of the refrigerator open, eating food.
Eating out the refrigerator.
Probably hot as hell in that bitch. You wanted some? Yeah, that's how it happens. Yo, but listen, not for nothing, but watch how stories we tell. You see the story I just told you about Pun almost quadrupled.
Yeah.
I bet you they go watch the fucking Jada and Joe show. Watch him remember that shit through watching us, and he'll tell that story. Watch Joe do that.
Yo, hold on. Yo, Cap and Joe, hold on. Before we hang up, Cap and Joe. Let's talk about Cap and Joe real quick. Yo, I'm about to say something, bro. I was locked up with Scott Spinner. He was part owner of Cap and Joe sneaker store in New York.
I call it the Crack and Kiss show. Remember the Crack and Kiss? I mean,
the Crack and Kiss.
No. Kiss and Crack. Chris and Crack.
Kiss
they
and
kiss
Crack.
each other's cracks. That's what they do.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, but hold up, Scott. You remember Scott Spinner, right? I know you heard about Scott Spinner. He owned the Juice Boy.
You told me the story. The paperwork. They snitching on the nigga.
Yeah. Yo, Scott Spinner did 3 to 4 years in the feds. Fat Joe only did 6 months.
Yeah.
Damn, I ain't knew that shit.
Listen, the Beluga has no chill when it comes.
I didn't even know when Cuban even said that he had a strip, but like he had a club. I didn't even know.
Yeah, Club X, 3rd Avenue. Yep.
Damn, I didn't even know that. So he was doing that shit.
The Buddha Club. If you don't remember, before the Club X, it was the Buddha Club.
Yeah, Buddha Club. I'm in the Buddha Club.
Buddha Spot. Buddha Spot right underneath, right there on Prospect and 163rd, right there across the street from that the Kentucky Fried Chicken that he was talking about.
Yeah.
My man was talking about. He said the Kentucky Fried Chicken right across the street was a Buddha Spot. Somebody got killed there. Yeah, if you could go in the files on that one. I think
that's crazy.
Testified on that one too. So he got a long history. He's got to open up the sealed files he got. You know what I'm saying? So you know.
The last club I hung out in the Bronx was Disco Fever.
The Fever was Sal.
I never been
there. No, before that or after that was the Devil's Nest. After that.
Yeah.
And then it was
my man that turned me on to the game, and only official niggas for back then would know this. They called him Crazy Eddie. His name was Eddie Richardson. Him the Italian boy Sal. They owned it. You know what I'm saying? I came home in '84 and was with them up there, man. Dingo, when he was, but that's why when they made Crush Groove, I knew all them cats that was up in there, because that's when I used to be up in the Fever.
Yep. But my
They
brother,
in the Tip Top. And they had another spot called 357 where they used to play a lot of music outside in the park when you know, hip hop was first beginning. I used to go up there a lot back in the days too.
Nah, no doubt, man. I mean, it's legendary spots, man. We could go back. We got to do a part 2 of this, man. We got to do.
That's what I was gonna say. We got to do a part 2 to this shit.
Oh yeah,
but
facts,
it's definitely
bro.
a pleasure banging out with y'all, man, about real hip hop shit and real stories.
Appreciate
and you know, you're my man, nigga. So anytime you need me, I'm here. And my brother, it's a pleasure meeting y'all. And I need one of them shirts, my bro. You know what I'm saying?
You already know. I got your info, and I'm gonna get you that gear.
Hey yo, hey Cuban, send me your address so I can mail it to you.
All right, cool. Cool. I got you on the DM.
Yeah. All right. One love, Cuban.
One love, man.
One love.
Y'all brothers stay safe and nothing but respect and love, baby.
You know it all day, every day.
One love.
Peace.
Peace.
So, boy, you back? Hey, you got a Cuban interview? See you back here.
Yo, Cuban, my bro, man.
Still live, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Hit that like button because we ain't finished yet, yo.
Everything.
We ain't finished yet, y'all. We ain't finished, yo. Shout out to Cuban Link for showing that love, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. We appreciate him.
Yeah, you was lit with that one, boy. You got a lot out of that one.
Yeah, so let's still get back on the Papoose thing if we're still live. So what do you think about this whole Papoose
thing?
First
of all, let me say shout out to my big sis Black Widow showing love, man.
Salute, Black Widow. Salute. So yeah, so what do you think about the whole? I know you're gonna play the video.
Black Widow.
We're gonna get a part 2 out of that with Cuban on that, on some other stuff. But what do y'all think? What you know? I done heard Shabue. What do you think about it, Mac Mizzle? The whole thing about the whole Papoose situation.
Mac would be quiet.
Yo, Mac.
Even though if you did.
Yeah, Mac. Yeah. Papoose and Remy. I mean, let's be honest here, man. They both did their dirt, you know. They probably
nah, bro. I can't say Papoose is a suck for love ass nigga, bro. I can't even front, bro. I love the guy, but he's a suck for love ass nigga.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. After, they both did their dirt, but if you did your dirt, it should be no reason to complain about. Especially I think he was just hurt about the lame thing. Like he kept bringing him up that he's a lame. I couldn't understand that. Like
he said something that was weird to me. He said,
"Y'all know my style."
Black Cap and
she came on here claiming
goods and
that everybody, I don't do this. Yes, you do. This is exactly the only thing you do. You know what I mean? Normally, I wouldn't even entertain this, but the fact that you mentioned my children, I'm not letting that ride. Since this whole situation happened, everybody know I never said nothing. The only time I said something was the last time when she tried to clout chase with the whole fake thing she tried to put on Instagram before. But ever since this transpired, I never opened my mouth, never said nothing because that's not my style. And also, I would never want to disrespect her. You know what I mean? Actions speak way louder than words. Initially, when it transpired, which was 2022, when she started dealing with the lane. But that wasn't the first time I caught her cheating. I've caught her cheating numerous times since she's been home.
Salute.
With the lane,
building 757.
The reason, but hold on, let's get to the point. We're gonna get to the lane later. You had the audacity to mention my child, and you had the audacity to mention me not seeing my daughter. When ever since I left, she has not allowed me to see my daughter. She's been straight miserable. I'm gonna say it again. All men out there who ever been through this type of situation, you know how it gets when you're dealing with a miserable individual. She did not allow me to see my daughter since this first transpired at the end of last year. Blatantly, I went to pick my daughter up from school. When I went to pick my daughter up from school,
757 salute, my brother.
Diamond was picking my daughter up because that's who has my daughter all the time. And that was one of the biggest issues I had with her, because all my daughter know is mommy and daddy. She was raised with both parents. That's all she know from day one, since the womb. Our entire lives has been documented. What goes on with these celebrities is they like when y'all come on their page and y'all like they posts. They like when y'all spend y'all money on their concerts, on their music. They like when y'all make them rich. So y'all become fans and y'all follow the journey of these celebrities for years and years and years, right? As y'all follow the journey of these celebrities, you basically become a part of their life, because you've been following them for 10 years, 15 years sometimes. You've been a fan of a celebrity or artist. But soon as something happens, the first thing they say to the fans is, you don't know me, right? Soon as something get out there bad that they don't want you to know about, the first thing they say is, oh, you don't know my life? Yes, they do. They know you y'all know us very well. And the reason why I'm saying that is because don't allow none of these celebrities to fool you. When you hear a rumor that comes out, it's true. We are human, just like y'all, the audience, the supporters, the fans. So now you have a person here who life has been documented for decades through the fans watching us, seeing when she got incarcerated. Watch me visit her every day for a year straight. Watch me bring her 35 pounds of food a month. Watch me hold her down. Watch me in the courtroom get into altercations with court officers over her. Witness when she came home. Witness me go build the anticipation for her to come out of prison.
Everything.
Had a different artist do a drop every single day. Oh, the queen is coming. The return of the queen, right?
Yo, Papoose, let me say something, Papoose, real quick.
That shit sound crazy.
Yo, Papoose, let me say something to Papoose real quick. Let me say something to Papoose real quick. Yo, Papoose,
that sound
you got about it. I got mad love, respect for you, bro. But you was a sucker for love, bro. And I understand that you loved her, bro, and the thing that was going on, bro. But yo,
yeah, you gotta call it. Call it quits at one point. Like, if you saying all this stuff, bro, like, why are you telling us this? Because this you went through. I get it, but what you want, you playing victim? There is no victim, bro. It's all the signs was there. So I don't understand the victim part. Maybe he ain't playing victim, maybe just venting. I don't know what he doing, but that shit sound crazy to even say. All this stuff he did and held her down and promoted her to come home.
So he's saying in the public eye, because he did that Black Love.
Yeah, he talked about the public eye too. That was crazy.
He's trying to say that they're tarnishing his image or something.
Yo, she did try to tarnish his man's image, bro. She tried to make him seem like that he didn't do all the shit he said he did. All the shit she said he did. She said it. He wasn't even talking about it. She was saying it at first.
Let's hear whatever.
Let's hear what you got to say, bro. Hold on.
Yeah.
All the fans witnessed her come home, witnessed us have the big wedding ceremony, followed our entire journey. Never trust a celebrity who erased their Instagram. You ever notice I never erased nothing on my page? All you gotta do is scroll down. The same page that she utilized today to lie for an hour straight and tell all these fabricated stories, the same page I created. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. We get back to that later. I went to pick my daughter up from school. There's a young lady who was picking my daughter up from school. And I notified her, hey, I called her, I said, hey, I'm coming to pick her up. I picked up my daughter, gave her a hug, gave her a kiss. Show things you do when you see your child. Embrace my child.
Shit sound crazy.
And I had to go take care of something that day. So After I see my daughter, I just wanted to see her and hug her because everything had been going on. I hadn't seen her in a little while. After I left, I think the next day or next 2 went by. She contacted me. Hey, you haven't seen your daughter since New Year's. I said, excuse me? I just seen my daughter yesterday. I just picked her up from school. What are you talking about? She didn't even know that I seen my daughter. You know why? Because she's never there with my daughter. She is never there with my child. And it's crazy that you have the audacity to open your mouth and say that I haven't seen my daughter, not only due to the fact that you didn't allow me to see her, since I finally got tired of your lies, tired of your narcissism and moved on, but the fact that while you was running out here cheating with this lame, not only cheating with this lame, you allowed him to destroy your entire life. You
pause that, bro.
You use all of your money.
Yo,
I know this.
This
because I know a lot of
now, he talking about she destroyed her entire life. She doing what she want to do. Then he says he went and picked his daughter up. But if you picked your daughter up, why didn't you call and tell her that? Why you mean she's never there? Like maybe she's
why did he gotta call and tell her that? That's his daughter. He married to her. That's his wife. That's his daughter.
Yeah. So therefore, why can't you not go see her then? Why do you have to sneak to go see her? Like he just said she wouldn't let him see her. So he said she didn't even know that he was there. So why didn't you tell her? It's no beef with the kids. What's the problem with the kids? I don't know. I'm confused. I don't understand.
Yo, bro, let me tell you something quick. My youngest son, I told you, this nigga 15 right now. He's 6'6.5", 6'7", 240 pounds. When me and my ex-wife broke up, she was acting funny about me seeing him too, right? So what I did is I went and picked him for school one day. I took him to Chuck E. Cheese and all that stuff. And the first thing she said when she realized I picked him for school, took him to Chuck E. Cheese, was like, if you go get him from school again, I'm gonna tell the police that you're a killer, you threatened to kill me, and you going back to jail, nigga.
Right. Understand that. You said something when she realized that you had your child. He's saying she didn't even know. That's the difference. Like you telling me that she didn't know. He even said he didn't take her nowhere. He said, I picked my daughter up, I hugged her, and
took her home. We took her home. We took her home.
That ain't what he said.
Play
it back. He said he met his daughter and did what usually a father would do.
Yo, he told the babysitter, I got her. You don't have to pick her up. I got her. So how else she got home if he didn't take her home?
He didn't do nothing else. He just picked her up and took her home. Like he didn't do nothing. He said, "Go back and play."
Hey, yo, 7x7. You hear your cousin, right?
Man, that's some bullshit.
Yo, you hear your cousin, right?
As Billy said, he picked her up. So
man, hold on. First of all, hold on. Let me, Matt Mizzle, you always got an echo, bro. Hold on 1 second. 757. You hear your cousin, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yo, if that nigga wasn't my brother, if he wasn't my brother, I think he hated black women, bro. He's my brother, so I ain't gonna say that. If he wasn't my brother, I think he hated black women right now. Yo, knock it off, bro. Stop defending this hoochie mama slut, tramp, mischievous, deceitful, garden tool. That's what I'm saying. Hey, your Kross. You know how we get down, bro.
Yeah, my man had to step away. I heard everything you said. First of all, I ain't or superhero any broad. I'm saying he's the lane, bro. Like I said, you can't get mad at her for running the game. She put it down. He's saying he picked it. First of all, you said, well, you're right. He's supposed to have his kid. He's married. So why is he having to sneak to go get his kid. He's still married. Even now, they still married. Man, he said, man, listen. And he said he picked her up, dropped it. She didn't even know. Bro, you didn't do nothing significant. You said you took your child to Chuck E. Cheese and she realized it. Why he ain't take it? If he ain't seen her, why he ain't take her to Chuck E. Cheese? Why he just took her home, bro? That ain't shit.
He spent the time he can spend with her, bro.
What,
yo, nigga, I'm a gangster, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I beat that. I would have beat that. Yo, listen. I would have choked that broad out in Virginia, and I would have been in prison, bro.
What the hell does that got to do with this goofy ass nigga?
This goofy ass nigga wasn't gonna do that, bro. I would have did it, bro. I would have did it, bro. He wouldn't do it. I would have did it. Man, that's just me.
Man, play that video, dog. I ain't harboring no motherfucking bras. This nigga right here is crying, and this nigga telling
you know what? I don't want to know you got to.
How you get that concept?
But you know what? I am upset. You know why I'm upset?
Listen to this.
Because you mentioned my children. You had the audacity to mention my children, and you had the audacity. Can y'all hear me? Because some people complaining about the audio. Can y'all hear me?
We hear you, nigga.
Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can you hear me now?
We hear you, nigga. We hear you.
If you can hear me, let me know. There's a few people saying they can't hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me.
Nigga, we can hear you, nigga. Talk.
I'm not covering the mic. Y'all saying I'm covering the mic. I let it go now. It's good?
Man, this thing sound like
Brooklyn Jad in here. Jad, can you hear me? All right, now, yes. Okay, cool. Like I said earlier, for those who just came on the live, everybody who know me, and I'm talking about speaking with my actions, I don't do this. I don't clout chase. I never come on social media talking about anything. Even when I got stabbed in my back.
What?
Even when I got stabbed in my back by the person that I moved mountains for, fought battles, did everything, climbed, was super loyal to. I still didn't slander you. I still didn't say nothing. I just kept it moving. But you had the audacity to mention my children. So since you want to mention my children, and that I can't let ride. A lot of people in your path, that's not you. Don't entertain it. You know what I'm saying? People see through it. She's been.
All right, hold on. That's enough because that shit is fucking up my
no,
shit.
Let's keep hearing this.
Bro, that shit's fucking up my audio, bro.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, bro.
What you mean? We can hear it good.
That shit's echoing. Hold on 1 second.
That's Mac Mizzle ass.
That's Mac Mizzle. Hold on.
Mac Mizzle ass.
No, hold on. Mac Mizzle, he be muted now.
Okay.
And still echoing. Hello?
You clear, boy. You clear.
Yo, hey, Reed. Let me read my real quick. I think it's Reed now. Hold on, let me see. Yo, I'm clear?
You clear, boy.
No, something ain't right. Yo. Hello? All right, I'm clear now. Let me say something real quick, man. Yo, 757 and Mac Mizzle Show, Shabue, Kross. Yo, bruh, I appreciate all my brothers come up here tonight, but I'm not gonna sit here and let. Hold up. I'm not gonna sit here and let y'all disrespect the God and call him a sucker for love, even though he's a sucker for love. Y'all can't say that to me.
But you just said that. We never said that.
You did say this about so many words.
What you said? You wild as
hell. This shit echo like a mother. Hold on, let me see something real quick, yo. I don't know what's going on.
Mac Mizzle, bro. Mac is the one that's echoing.
He muted.
Yeah, he just muted himself.
Let me see. Yo, y'all there?
Yeah, white. Yeah, it's Mac Mizzle. That's what
Mac Mizzle ain't there. Mac Mizzle ain't there no more. Hold on.
Okay, ain't no echo.
It's an echo on my end. Hold up. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, you clear, boy.
Nah, hold on. That's me, bro. That's me. I gotta be.
Yeah, it's you.
Let me see something, yo.
I just wanted you to get to the part where he said he ain't knock out the Captain Easy dude or whatever, the battle rapper, because he was having sex with Remy, but he knocked him out because he shook his hand and a man don't shake another man's hand and then go have sex with his wife.
Y'all there?
We still here.
Oh, y'all there?
Yeah, man, we hear
Y'all hear
you,
me?
boy. Yeah, we hear you clearly.
Yo, hold on, here, y'all niggas. Hold on 1 second.
You hear me, right, Kross?
Hold on 1 second, y'all. I don't hear
Yeah, I
nobody.
can hear you loud and clear.
That's what I'm saying. We hear him loud and clear. I don't know what he doing.
No, I hear you. Hold on. Hold on, here, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Settings, audio.
We done been on here all through my Knicks game, man. At least they
Y'all
won.
there? Y'all there? Hold on. I hear you now. I hear you now. Hold on. I hear you before. Hey, Reed, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Shout
right,
out to the Knicks.
Nah.
They won 111 to 94.
Oh yeah,
111 to 94. Shout out to the Knicks.
What's the series?
2-3.
Already. Yeah, it was your mic, man. Won't nobody. The only thing Mac had a little echo to his, a little static.
Nah, Mac had a big echo to his, bro. I don't know what the hell you talking about.
But yeah, you get, like I said again, nobody called him. You playing the video, you don't want to watch the whole video. I ain't said nothing. I'm laughing.
You said something, nigga.
I ain't said nothing. All Shabue said was he wanted to hear that part.
You want to hear that part? Huh? Hold on 1 second. Hold on. The audio is acting up like a motherfucker. Hold on 1 second. I'm here, though. I'm trying to fix the audio.
Well, if not, just go ahead and end the live.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to fix the audio, nigga. Shut that up. Y'all there?
Yeah.
Hold on.
You got enough footage anyway tonight, boy.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Yo.
Yeah.
All right, so check this out. I'm about to end this live, man, because my audio is acting up. But I appreciate everybody for coming through. Shout out to my brother.
Yeah, your audio done messed up, bro.
No, shout out to Matt Mills, shout out to Kross, shout out to Cuban for coming through, shout out to Shabue, you know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to 717. Yo, we do this, bro. This is the King of New Jersey's Btbtv. We bully the bullies. I'm the honorable host, born divine Almighty Allah. What up, blood? What up, cuz? What up, blood? What up, gangsters? We out of here, yo.
All right, peace. God in them streets.
Peace to the God of the streets.